Good morning, students. Our subject is engineering geology. We are in fourth unit. Our discussion topic is importance of geophysical methods and the classification of geophysical methods and the principles of geophysical study by gravity method. These all things we need to discuss in our class. Okay, guys. So what is geophysical investigations? Here, guys, I mentioned some important points only. But if it's there any important issues to need to add in this video, I will tell you. Okay, guys. So actually, just before starting the topic, we need to discuss geophysical methods for subsurface exploration. Guys, here geophysics, as the name indicates, is the study of the earth using established principles of physics. It aims at understanding and appreciating the earth and its environment by applying the fundamental laws governing physical matter. In the broadest sense, it is the study of physical properties of the earth. Geophysical investigations involve methods of study made on the surface to acquire details of the subsurface. The encompasses a wide range of airborne, surface, and downhole tools which provide a means of investigation. In geophysical investigations, certain physical properties are measured and interpreted in terms of subsurface geological aspects like the rock types, geological structures, ore deposits, and groundwater conditions. Geophysical investigations are applied in ocean and atmospheric studies also. Like geology, geophysics can also be made into two divisions like general geophysics and applied geophysics or exploration geophysics. Applied geophysics Applied geophysics has, by means of electrical, magnetic, gravitational, seismic, and other methods, achieved many discoveries of geological and economic importance below the Earth's surface. But here, guys, the subdivisions in geophysics are general geophysics, experimental geophysics, exploration geophysics, geodesy, geomagnetism, and paleomagnetism, gravity, heat flow, seismology, marine geophysics, and extraterrestrial geophysics. But here, guys, the geophysical investigations involve simple methods of study made on the surface with the aim of ascertaining subsurface detail. This is achieved by measuring certain physical properties and interpreting them mainly in terms of subsurface geology. And guys, here also some importance of geophysical investigations is there. But relevance to civil engineering means relevance of geology has already been discussed. Geophysics is an additional tool to provide a better and clear understanding of subsurface geology. Sometimes the required geological details can readily be obtained when the in situ rocks are exposed on the surface. But in many cases, such ideal situations do not exist because of intense weathering of exposed rocks. Thick overburden, sprawling cultivated lands, townships, vast expanses of bushes and shrubs or surface water bodies on the concerned site. Besides, in the studies for search of hydrocarbons, especially in the offshore at depths of a few kilometers below the ocean surface, geophysical investigations are inevitable. These investigations provide quick, inexpensive, easy, and fairly reliable information, but indirectly so, drilling and other direct measures are then take up in some selected places to confirm the geophysical observations. Here, guys, some advantages and limitations of or importance of geophysical investigations are geophysical investigations gained importance very rapidly because of their success in solving a vast variety of problems. They offer a unique window into the earth as a means of detecting subsurface conditions, and their relevance lie in the concrete and cost-effective benefits they deliver. Some of the advantages of using them are here. Guys, geophysical methods are gaining importance of very rapidly because of their success in solving a vast variety of problems. The investigations are carried out quickly. This means large area can be investigated in a reasonable short period and hence time is saved. The geophysical instruments used in the field are simple, portable, and can be operated easily. This means field work is not laborizes, since the work is carried out quickly and only physical observations are made without the use of consumables like chemicals. It is economical too. Guys, here like a geophysical survey, sound generator truck, here using the sound generator truck, and here seismic geophone trucks is there. Here we can identify using these identify of the oil traps and fault zones. But here this is a one of the example of the geophysical survey. Here sound generator truck or seismic geophone truck means the both are using to identify the subsurface geology. Here, guys, some proxy is there. So I will explain clearly here about this figure. First, what happening? For example, first a sound generator truck. We need to place in a situation. Just we have to digging 20 meters or 30 meters up to the, yeah, up to the evaluate of the hard, when we face the hard rock. Then in the hard rock also we need to drill 20 feet. Then they detonate the some bombs like bombs. They produce the longitudinal waves. That waves are passed into the subsurface and the subsurface. But before conducting these all things, we need to arrange the some like a geophone traverse is there. So this is the seismic or a geophone track is there. So using the truck, we arrange the geophone traverse. When we prelude the longitudinal waves that are reflected, and that reflected waves are received by these geophones. So after analyzing these seismic data, we can easily identify the subsurface geology such as like the oil traps or fault zones. And guys, here also, guys, non-destructive. For example, the importance of the advantages and limitations of geophysical investigations. Non-destructive is the one the advantages. Geophysical methods provide non-destructive in situ measurements. Many of today's environmental and engineering issues arise in populated areas such as cities. So geophysics can ideally be applied. Archaeological sites can also be examined without destroying them in the process. The time saving is the one of the method. It provides a means of evaluating large areas of the subsurface rapidly. Large areas can be investigated in a reasonably short period, and comfort. Fieldwork is no laborious as the instruments used in the field are simple, mostly portable and can be operated easily. Comprehensiveness and scope of countercheck. Combinations of methods, multidisciplinary methods, provide the means of applying different techniques to solve complex problems. The more the physical properties that are evaluated, the less ambiguous the interpretation becomes. Counter check can be done by comparison of conclusions drawn from one technique with those drawn from another technique. The cost effective. Geophysical investigations do not require chemicals and such. They also do not require excavation or direct access to subsurface, except in the case of borehole methods where access is typically by drill holes and proven. Most of the techniques have been in existence for more than a half century and are mature, and so the decision makers who encounter complex environmental and engineering problems can readily apply them and different uses. Guys, the same field data can be used sometimes to find different objectives. For example, electrical resistivity data can be interpreted to find the subsurface geological conditions like the depth to bedrock as well as groundwater conditions. The success of geophysical method depends on the existence of a sufficient contrast between the measured properties of the target and its surrounding background. But it requires the knowledge of the geophysical equipment and its specifications to know which of the geophysical tool is applicable to the specific environment. Through knowledge about the different methods, the equipment and their limitations are required to use a method with the precision required in a particular site investigation, or to specify a method that is appropriate to the problem under consideration. Here, different interferences to shoot different purposes can be drawn from the same field data. For example, electric resistivity data can be interpreted for knowing subsurface of rock types, geological structures, groundwater conditions, ore deposits, depth to the bedrock. It is hence the investigations are multi-purpose. And guys, here so some important geophysical applications are: geophysics has become an important tool in recent times to address many important subsurface issues. Some of the most important of the environmental and engineering issues fall into the following types: civil engineering or non-destructive testing (NDT). NDT means non-destructive testing, and infrastructure, highways and bridges, dam safety, urban utility mapping, underground storage tank location, geologic studies, mineral exploration, oil and gas exploration, groundwater exploration and contaminant mapping, geohazardous, earthquake mitigation and collapse structures mapping, archaeology and forensics, that is illegal burials, so-called brownfield and landfill investigations, unexploded ordnance like UXO detection and characterization. Here, guys, now, so geophysical explorations are numerous, important, and widely varied. Investigations aim to solving problems of regional geology. Investigations aimed at locating and estimating economically important mineral deposits. Investigations aimed at locating and assessing groundwater potential and its quality. Investigations aimed at solving problems continued with the geology. And here, guys, the classification of geophysical methods. Guys, here there are many kinds of geographical methods of investigation. These methods are gravimetric method, magnetic method, electrical method, seismic method, radiometric method, and geothermal method. But guys, actually, before going to discussion of the classification of geophysical methods, we need to complete one more thing is that is geophysical applications in engineering. Actually, that is I want to tell that, but here I did not mention the matter, but I will explain a few points here. Guys, here geophysics has several applications in several engineering issues. They include those in geotechnical engineering, offshore drilling, offshore cable and pipeline route selection, tunneling, transportation, and construction. They also include investigations on a single aspect of the site, like depth to bedrock, position of world mini shocks, extent of saline water intrusion into groundwater, position of cohesive and granular deposits along a pipeline route, in situ soil testing, measurement of engineering properties in rocks and sediments, earthquake and seismic sensitivity of soils, water quality monitoring, site characterization for hazardous waste studies, etc. The following are the most relevant applications in engineering. Here, guys, depth to bedrock or thickness of overburden. In this concept, the information of the depth to bedrock is critical in utility route selection studies and foundation design. The common techniques used are electrical resistivity, seismic reflection, and ground penetrating radar is nothing but a GPS. That's the bedrock profiling. Determination of bedrock profile along a given direction, such as the axis of a dam. The same techniques mentioned above are used. Fault and fracture mapping. Faults and fractures act as failure planes in landslides and also as water bearing zones are conduits to cause problems in tunneling. Appropriate investigations are to make these structural features. And guys, locating mine works. Near surface mines, workings may collapse and become hazardous. The strong density, velocity, magnetic property, and the resistivity contrast between the air, water-filled voids and the surrounding soil or rock make them detectable with gravity, seismic, magnetic, and electrical resistivity imaging methods. Locating underground utilities means underground utilities include power lines, metal or PVC water pipes, steel gas pipelines, and fiber optic cables, telephone cables, and storage tanks. To find the location and the depth of these objectives is important in construction. Magnetometer, radio detection, and GPR are commonly used. And finding subsurface rock types. Geophysical methods have been used to characterize the subsurface minerals like bedrock, boulders, clay, etc. To assist in directional drilling, commonly used methods are GPR, electrical resistivity, seismic refraction, and seismic reflection and gravity. The next option is estimation of aquifer conditions, estimation of groundwater potential and its influence in civil engineering construction is essential. Electrical resistivity and the seismic methods are commonly used. Here, tunneling. The common geophysical applications for tunnels are to determine the fault zones, depth of the bedrock, groundwater conditions, and the soil shear strength. Here, roadway subsidence. Roadway subsidence is caused by soil compacting below the roadway. Several methods can be used to locate cavities. These include gravity, resistivity, and ground penetrating radar methods. The methods to be used depend significantly on the host geology and pavement condition QA by QC of new pavements. Quality control QC is meant for the implementation, measurement, and the enforcement of sound construction practices and job site inspections to ensure construction quality. The routinely include a carefully field and a laboratory testing of the quality of materials used in the construction and visual inspection of regular intervals during construction. These results are carefully studied and achieved as a permanent part of the job record and are used to modify field construction practices and take corrective action while construction is still underway. Quality assurance QA. QA means quality assurance. QC means quality control. Quality control. So quality assurance QA is intended for the inspection and the testing of the completed pavement in accordance with the specifications intended to verify the quality. These programs incorporate geophysics with excellent accuracy and provide a needed tool for ensuring compliance with construction requirements. These two QA and QC activities are interrelated through distinct process. In situ QA by QC testing of newly constructed pavements with geophysical methods is desirable within the hours after concrete roads are poured. The methods used are aimed at determining linear elastic modules, Young's modulus, and thickness. These measurements are also used for maturity analysis for deciding when a new road can be opened. Geophysical methods include GPR and impact echo. And next one is the condition evaluation of existing pavement. With time, pavement deteriorates due to increase in loads and demand, loading cycles, variations in moisture within its base and subgrade, and due to exposure to the elements, freeze those cycles, or even de-icing chemical application. Pavement deterioration damages the subgrade. It requires a proper diagnosis and a preventive maintenance schedule. It involves checking where smaller and less expensive repairs are to be made and properly timed intervals throughout the structure's life. These significantly extended pavement's life and reduce the cost GPR. Impact echo and surface wave methods are commonly used for this evaluation. And cursor features and viors. The so cursor features such as viors, caves, or solution cavities in the subsurface are common in locations where the rock types are limestones, presence of hidden solution, caverns, or viors is always a concern for the property developments and highway foundation. They need to identify potentiality unstable ground in these environments is critical during the planning stages of a project. The anticipated depth and the spatial extent as well as the conductivity of the host material are the factors to determine the suitability of particular geophysical techniques in mapping in the caves and viors. Solution features and viors are commonly mapped using GPR and electrical resistivity imaging. And permafrost mapping. Permafrost or permafrost soil is soil at or below the freezing point of water, 0 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade Fahrenheit. For 2 or more years, the presence of permafrost and its thickness are significant concerns for utility corridor planning in cold regions. Electrical resistivity imaging, electromagnetics, seismic reflection, and GPRR are the commonly used methods. Next, offshore and geohazardous. Guys, offshore geohazards include slope instability, shallow gas hydrates, shallow water flow, mud diaphragm, and mud volcanism, gas and fluid venting forming seafloor poke marks, seismicity, which triggers slides, disturb subsurface geological conditions, pore pressures, side scans, sonar, seismic reflection, seismic refraction, and the seabed surface wave study are carried out in these problems. Under dredging. For free and post-dredging comparison, integrated bathymetry side scans and sonar and high-resolution seismic reflection profiling are used for bedrock topography mapping. Here, guys, general principles involved in the geophysical investigations. Guys, here geophysics is the study of application of the principles of physics to geology, and geophysical investigations are the applied aspects of geophysics. Thus, geophysical investigations are closely connected with the physics and geology. Rocks in the subsurface layers always differ either in mineralogical composition or structure. Sometimes the same rocks exhibit different characteristics due to the presence of some ore bodies or intrusive rocks or fault and shear zones in them. Thus, they become inhomogeneous, and these inhomogeneous bodies exhibit physical characters like density, electrical or thermal conductivity, radioactivity, and magnetic susceptibility differentially from the adjacent or enclosing rocks. That means there is anomaly in the physical characteristics. This anomalous nature of rock is the basic principle applied in the geophysical investigations. The anomalies in the physical properties are made use of geophysical investigations to identify the different rock or ore bodies and their nature in the subsurface. Sometimes seismic, electric, or electromagnetic field is artificially created in the Earth's subsurface in the study area, and its distribution is observed. In other words, the response of the subsurface to the artificial energization is measured. Excuse me, guys. And also, guys, the classification of geophysical methods here also, there are many geophysical methods available for ground investigation. They are made into direct and indirect methods, and all the indirect geophysical techniques are made into different major categories based on the type of physical characteristic measured. Direct methods are boreholes or probes, test bits or trenches or cores. Indirect geophysical techniques are ground penetrating radar method, gravity method, magnetic method, electrical resistivity method, seismic method, electromagnetics, very low frequency and spontaneous potential, and induced polarization. But besides the above mentioned, there are many methods, but only some of the more often applied applications are discussed briefly here. Guys, here the yes gravity methods. అవునన్నా. మా పిల్లలకి పాఠాలు చెప్తాను అలా కొంచెం సైలెంట్ ఉన్నాను. Guys, here measurement of gravitational. So guys, measurement of gravitational attraction accepted by the Earth's at measurement station on the surface is the basic principle involved in gravity methods. The strength of the gravitational field is directly proportional to the mass, and therefore the density of subsurface materials. Anomalies in the Earth's gravitational field results from lateral variations in the density of subsurface. Gravimeters are used to precisely measure variations in the gravity field at different points. If any test locations, the subsurface body is denser than the surrounding rocks. The gravity pull is more at that location, or in other words, positive. If the surface body like a coal seam or a salt dome is not so dense as the enclosing rocks, the pull is less than the normal, and so the pull is negative. Thus, in a particular region, if subsurface bodies such as ore deposits or salt domes with a different densities from the surroundings exist, the gravity field deviates from the normal value. This deviation is known as a gravity anomaly. So there is either positive or negative anomaly depending on the density of the body when compared with the surroundings. Thus, it is possible to identify subsurface anomalies. When gravity prospecting is carried out by an aeroplane, it is known as the airborne gravimetry. And if it is by a ship, it is known as the shipborne gravimetry. The field data collected on the ground is influenced by several other factors. To get the actual G, all the corrections have to be applied, and this process is known as a reduction of gravity data. Of the different equipment, gravimetry is commonly used to measure the relative gravity. Gravity and magnetic methods detect only lateral contracts in density or magnetism, respectively, whereas electrical and seismic methods can detect lateral as well as vertical contracts of resistivity and velocity reflectivity. Here, guys. So guys, here, guys, gravity method represent a set of geophysical methods which make use of the natural gravity field of the earth. Physical property. Density of the material is the controlling physical property. Principle. In gravimetric method, the nature of distribution of gravity on the surface is analyzed. The gravity is influenced positively if the casuative body is heavier, larger, and occurs at shallow depth. The gravimeter used in relative gravity measurement is a mass-loaded spring. If the subsurface has a relatively heavier body, the gravity pull is more plus g, and the spring extents become longer. If the subsurface has relatively lighter body, there are the gravity pull is less, and the spring contacts and becomes shorter. This is a gravity methods. This is the identifications of the igneous intrusions, Rift Valley and Salt Dome. This is the anomaly we can observe observe the anomalies by using gravity methods. This is the geophysical methods, gravity methods. Thus, is in a particular region, if surface bodies such as ore deposits, coal seams, and salt domes, whose densities are different from the surrounding rocks exist, the gravity field deviates from the normal value then expected. From these deviations, it is possible to locate the inhomogeneous bodies in the surface. So gravity investigations. Gravity investigations are useful in exploration of ore deposits, in solving regional geological problems, in exploration of oil and natural gas deposits, in solving some engineering problems. Gravity investigations are carried out always during oil and gas investigations because of their special success in that area. In case of engineering problems, mapping of dam sites, earthquake problems, tracing buried river channels, gravity methods are considerably useful. This is the gravity investigations. So flight level, total vertical acceleration, vertical aircraft acceleration, gravity disturbances vector. So guys, now today we completed the so guys, today we completed importance of geophysical methods, classification of geophysical methods, and the principles of geophysical study by gravity method. In next class, I will explain the next topic. Thank you guys.